Welcome, everybody, to the LIPSEY'S Aim Higher podcast. I'm Rob Aberzino. We've got a table full of Tandemkross here today. We've got a couple owners. We've got the technical guru right here. We got Brian Haker, Tom Sullivan, Tyler. How are you, man? He just rolled up. We just called you out of the bullpen. We didn't even get a chance to shake hands. How are you? Rob, by the way.
I am well. Thank you very much.
Good to see you. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem. Want to have you guys over. Want to kind of get into some of the things you do and some of the history of Tandemkross, maybe where the name came from. So we'll kick it off. I'll let you start. Give us a little brief cliff notes on the history of the company.
Yeah, no worries. Well, the name has a longer legacy. That's probably going on 20, 25 years.
Oh, wow.
We started up as a Quake team back in college. I was a little lonely, so I decided to make some friends through some online gaming.
Yeah.
But I always had this vision that someday this name would become something. So about 13 years ago, my best friend, business partner, and my boss at the time, Beretta Software, he brought a gun to work, and he told us we were going to go shoot for a team exercise. And I'll be honest, I'm not afraid to admit it. I never had shot a gun before.
Right.
And so we went to the range, and to be honest, it wasn't a great experience.
Really?
Yeah, and it turned out that there was one little part that could address some of the challenges that we're having with the feeds.
Yeah.
Some of the safety elements in the gun were interfering with the actual function of the gun.
Right.
The reliability. And so we researched and developed a little tiny part, literally on grid paper.
Yeah.
Had somebody make it overnight in their machine shop and put it on Amazon. And in the first 20 minutes, we sold our first one. First week, we had sold 20. At the end of the month, we were out of stock.
Wow, that's amazing. It's just the what is it? Necessity, the mother of invention. Yeah, exactly. That's really cool.
Yep.
That's really cool.
And the first part was for a Ruger Mark III.
Yeah.
Pistol.
So fast forward a little bit. Obviously, the product line expands. So we got a little history of how you guys got started, and now it's branched off where you've got quite a few items that you've got now. So
yeah, well, we're really lucky to have Ruger embrace us as a partner as we grew, and over the years we just started to take a look at what other things could we improve, things that were ergonomic, that fit a particular niche like competition shooting, or things that increase the reliability of the function of the gun. Rugers perform, right, but every gun can be enhanced a little bit more, which was the whole idea around our motto of making good guns great. So today, we had built our entire name around the Ruger Mark IV 2245, and we have a lot of exclusives through LIPSEY'S, actually.
Yeah.
The Stormtrooper White, which is really, really popular.
It's a hot gun.
Ships with our compensator. You carry some Taurus TX22s with our parts.
Yep.
Smith & Wesson Victory, which was a great gun.
Yep.
Just needs some improvement on the ergonomics around the grips. And you guys have picked up a lot of those lines.
Yep.
And so we've been building our name around them and expanding. And this particular SHOT Show, it's really exciting because over the last 3 years, we were approached by Beretta, and we are announcing their Jaguar B22 Jaguar,
right?
Which we consulted with them on to make, which I think is going to be one of the best $22 platforms that the world has ever seen.
So you start up on Amazon, start selling parts, expand the parts, partner with Ruger, a lot of stuff with Ruger. And that transitions into you, kind of in the modern day, a Ruger legend here, or former, I should say, right now.
Yeah.
But now partner in this business, Tom. So tell me about the two of you and how you kind of connected and how this came about.
So about 3 years ago, when I was still with Ruger, I was working some mergers and acquisition stuff.
Yeah.
And I saw that TK was actually on the market. And they're right down the road from the Newport Ruger facility. So I went down there, met with Jake and Brian. And at the time, really, Jake was kind of wanting to get out of the business.
Yeah.
And Brian would have gone had the deal been all right. But, at the time, I kind of said, well, these two guys are TK.
Yeah.
So if they go away, what do we got?
Right.
They have a great staff and stuff, but that was the figureheads of the company.
Sure.
So we passed at the time, but I was going to retire in a year or so, and so as part of my exit plan was I asked the Ruger board if, hey, could I go maybe do something with these guys?
Right.
And Brian wanted to stick around, and so I bought Jake's half of the business, and it's been pretty good. I've loved the industry.
Yeah.
Love all the friends I've made over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't quite ready to hang it up yet.
Right.
So, and then we fast forward to today, and we're doing well. We're having a lot of fun.
That's fantastic. You got, not really being from the firearms background per se, to have him on board now is huge. There's a lot of time and knowledge and experience there. So that's really cool. And that kind of morphs into, we could talk about this now, get into some products here, but this thing is really cool. I'll let you kind of take it away. We can you can jump in here too. That's, again, you're the technical guy, but this thing's fantastic. It's beautiful. Let's hear about it.
Yeah. So, Beretta approached us about 3 years ago. I honestly thought it was a joke. They were calling the main line, and literally the guy's name was Joe King.
Yeah.
Joking.
Right.
So like, this has got to be a crank call.
Right.
And so we kind of ignored the call for a little while, but he was persistent, and he got a hold of us, and we're like, hey, we know you're the market leader in rimfire parts and accessories. You know all the platforms.
Yeah.
We want to hear what you have to say. So they invited us up to their facility in Tennessee. Tyler came out with us, and they gave us a fantastic presentation. It was immediately clear that these guys were paying attention.
Yeah.
And they knew the market very well,
yeah.
and they knew where they wanted to be. They wanted to be number one.
Right.
So, with a little bit of negotiation, we showed them all the strengths and weaknesses of the rimfire platforms on the market, and helped them understand the core fundamentals that makes a great 22. And the first rule of a great 22 is it's got to run.
Right.
That was the first rule, and they've captured that by far. Mm-hmm. Second rule is make it modular, because we live in a make it ours culture today.
Sure.
So you buy something today, don't care if it's even your phone.
Right.
Very few people have the same phone case.
Right.
And it's the same thing when it comes down to guns. They want to make it theirs. So make it modular was the second thing. So something special about Beretta that I don't see often in this marketplace is not only did they ask for the advice, and they didn't just get it from us, by the way. They went to the pro shooters.
Right.
And they wrote down the advice. And less than 10% of the world does this. They applied the advice.
Right.
2 weeks later, they'd have a new version. They'd make a change, and then they would consult back with the audience. They wanted perfection.
Right.
And that's what they got here. And Tyler, if you want to go over some of the text and specs of this fantastic platform, here it goes.
Absolutely. It's a really exciting, again, opportunity to be part of the Beretta Jaguar project. So from launch, there's going to be the base model,
right,
as well as the competition model. The competition model has a number of Tandemkross accessories on it that really push it more into like the name suggests, the competition market.
Yeah.
It's approximately 4.5-inch barrel, 22 LR, standard 15-round magazine capacity, internal hammer fired, and it uses a serialized fire control unit chassis style group, so that will allow for a lot of customizability, like Brian was talking about, in future, being able to swap potentially full-on grip modules, barrel lengths, upper receiver extrusions.
Right.
It'll be a really interesting platform to see into the future as it grows and develops into so many different sub-variants.
Right.
So what we have here is our version of the competition. It's going to be the tandemized B22 Jaguar. So the differences between it and the competition version will have our Steam Demon compensator, which is a large single slot compensator, so it's going to be effective and still really easy to clean.
Right.
Our front thumb ledge to help control muzzle rise, because it's not really about the recoil in a 22. I would say when you're shooting fast, it's about the bolt bottoming out at the rear, muzzle jumping up. We want to fight that down so that you can target transition really quickly.
Yeah.
Our trigger also reduces a lot of the pre-travel and the over-travel. It was really phenomenal to be able to work with Beretta as a manufacturer. They were very open with their technical information, which to us is everything.
Right.
They were able to tell us what we needed to know to make that trigger exactly the way we wanted it to be.
Right.
And within their specifications as well. So it's a really short travel in both pre and over travel, so you can again keep firing faster.
Right.
And then the addition on the tandemized version will be coming to market day one with our Halo charging ring for
That's
it.
cool.
Yeah, which was super cool that we're able to work on so many of these projects before the gun was even available because Beretta had come to us.
Right.
So this is a style of accessory that we have for a number of other platforms, and it performs very well, mostly on 22, so it gives you a nice charging ring, so it's really easy to charge with a single finger.
Yep.
Yeah, there's an interesting detail about this gun that I really like. I think everybody overlooks, and it actually maps directly to the seriousness of Beretta being number one. About 13% of the world is left-handed.
Yeah.
In this gun market, they're often left behind.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Right? We design stuff for right-handed people.
Right.
And what Beretta chose to do here is they went after 100% of the market. The extractor can be swapped to eject left or right. The magazine release can be swapped left or right.
Yeah.
The safety is ergonomic, still works, doesn't get in your way, and works left or right.
Yeah.
This is a small detail that actually points to they want to capture the entire market.
Right.
Yep.
Wow.
And speaking on that really quick, the fact that it is capable of ejecting to either side has the other benefit that the ejection ports are present on both sides of the receiver.
Yeah.
So when we were out the Beretta range day, we've spent a lot of time with high volume 22 use, and we start to see after it goes over a certain round count that the action starts slowing down and causing a variety of stoppages.
Right.
Because the receiver is cut open right up front near the chamber on both sides, it really helps keep the fouling out of the action because it can just blow out of the gun.
Right.
And we were really, really pleased to see at the range day how many rounds went through these guns and how well they're performing, even though a similar platform would have been filthy and falling apart.
Right, absolutely. That's an interesting point too with left-handed people, because they definitely make noise. When we come out with guns or exclusives, and it's like no ambi safety. I mean, it's just it's good. It's thinking forward. That thing's phenomenal. We need one of those. You got to send us one. We'll do a video on it, man. We'll Jason and I will get out to the range and we'll do a little something with it. So
we know who to talk to.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. So. Also, you've got something else in the works over. Oh, I don't know where it's at. Oh, you got the rifle, yeah. So this is new, right?
Oh yeah, this is announced at the show. This is our own 22 semi-automatic rifle. It's called the TKX 22 light rifle.
Yeah.
It is designed to be 10/22 stock, magazine, major component compatible.
Right.
This really is the culmination of 12, 13 years of effort from Tandemkross.
Wow.
Starting with those little accessories and building our way up.
Yeah.
As opposed to starting at the high level and saying, we want a gun that kind of fits this, and then, working our way to the bottom.
Right.
We've worked from the bottom up to make sure that all these little components are well thought out. Everything is a really mature design for the purpose. And so it culminates in this rifle here, which I can talk about, but I wish that everyone listening could just hold it.
Yeah.
Because it's less than 3.5 pounds, and the balance point is perfect. It's right at the magwell, so when you pick up the gun, it feels like there's nothing there.
Right.
It has an integral Picatinny rail, so you can mount your optics right out of the box, but it also includes fiber optic iron sights that are adjustable and can be seen over the rail. Similar platforms in this style, it's usually an either or.
Yeah.
So we give you both. In addition, the trigger is adjustable for over travel and for pull weight.
Yeah.
So you're going to get 2.5 to 5.5 pounds, which again is a very unique feature on the market for us, that it allows us to flex this rifle into so many different places. So it's a premium 22 that can be used for whatever you might want to use a 22 rifle for. If this is 4-H or Appleseed or Steel Challenge, or if this is teaching your kid to shoot, getting cans off the fence post. This would be a great option.
I love it, man. I do. I haven't held it yet. I'll get it in a second.
Okay.
Actually, here, let me see.
I'll try not to hit a microphone.
Yeah, I know. We're. Oh my gosh.
Right.
Yeah, I think a detail
it feels like a prototype, like that. You know what I mean? Like
it feels like a plastic demo.
It does.
But it's a real
it's
gun.
like a demo gun. That's wow. That's amazing. You're not kidding, dude. This thing is light.
Yeah, I think a detail that a lot of platform makers overlook is the fact that attrition is a real thing.
Yeah.
And we got our teeth cut in one of the hardest markets to get into, which was the competition market. Those guys don't use stuff unless it works and unless it meets their needs ergonomically. So one of the goals, or what we learned, is you want your shooter as fresh on stage one or the last stage as they are on stage one. right? So in order to do that, weight causes a lot of attrition. And that applies to other aspects of firearm use as well. If you're hiking in the woods, you're shooting outside all day with your kid, they can't hold these big guns.
Right.
They get tired real fast.
Yeah,
Their
absolutely.
skill level isn't going to rise as much. So we wanted to make sure that we met that need. And competition shooters expect premium parts.
Yeah.
That's what we've been delivering, and we make base models premium. So when we started to think about this gun, and Tom had this vision, he really wanted this rifle. It's like, well, why don't we just make a premium rifle?
Yeah. I was going to ask about that.
Well, we were making all the parts, right?
Well, it's a big deal because you're transitioning the business, really.
Yes, that's right. That's
we're
right.
Parts and accessories, and now we're making firearms.
That's
I
it.
mean, that's a big deal.
I spent a lot of years at Ruger, and
yeah.
I won't say this is a chip shot, but
Right.
our team knows what to do to be successful.
Yeah.
So we're going to do it. It's going to be priced right.
Right.
Everyone in the distribution chain, up and down, is going to be able to make some money on it.
Right.
And it's a great product.
Yeah.
And there's strong end user demand too. This build was inspired by a number of configurations that we brought out to events like GunCon hosted by John Patton at TGC.
Yeah.
We brought things exactly like this out, and we had firearms instructors saying, when can I buy that gun from you? Because I would buy 5 of them, and this is the gun that I would teach new shooters on.
Yeah.
This isn't just we made it to make it. We made it because people wanted it.
That thing's amazing. I'm still blown away by the weight. It was the same when Callie Baldwin with Rugged Suppressors came over. They came out with that Alaskan titanium, one of the first.
Yeah.
And she handed it to me. I'm like, so what's the real one feel
Yeah,
like? And she's like, that's it. That's it. And I'm like, there's no way. I mean, this thing, it weighs as much as, a bottle cap. I'm like, that's how that feels, man. It's amazing. That's really cool.
And we have a lot of variations in the works.
I was going to ask, like, what's on the horizon, or what can you guys, what can you divulge right now? Obviously, this is the beginning of something new that's going to probably create several lines, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, we think we have a really solid base with this, and so the sky's kind of the limit.
Yeah.
And we're actually, I'm jumping the gun a little, but we actually have another receiver in the works.
Nice.
We actually showed it last year, some prototypes at the show here.
Yeah.
We're months away from launching that, and it's kind of a more premium 22 semi-automatic receiver that actually features left side charging. With a whole lockback, kind of like an MP5 or something like that.
Yeah.
And
cool.
And it's really cool. Everyone who picks it up tries that and giggles.
Yeah.
They love to slap that notch down, but it solves one of the things that it does is when we go and design parts and firearms and those things, we're always looking to solve a problem. It's got to look cool, but that's the last.
That's how you start. Well, it's how you started the company.
Right.
That's exactly right. So, and it's just a part of our culture and our DNA. And so one of the challenges on 1022 pattern rifles is being able to lock back the bolt. See people struggle with that all the time.
Right.
So the team came up with this wonderful idea of being able to lock the bolt back. You can show clear, it's safe, and it's fun to use.
Yeah, that's awesome. What else we got? We got anything else to cover? Anything else? Anything else you want to plug?
No, we really appreciate you having us on.
Yeah,
this
no problem.
is an honor to be in LIPSEY'S booth, to meet you, and to be able to kind of show our wares off a little bit. So,
and I'm glad David's on board with you guys. I mean, I've known David for a little while, and
we got a rock star team. I'm telling you.
He's a good guy. I mean, he's like gun knowledgeable, man.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
I couldn't believe that we were able to capture him. He came in for an interview, and Tom and I were like, whoa.
Yeah.
He came from Q. He was their sales director over there.
I know.
And it took a little wooing, I'll be honest. But, we had some really good candidates, but Dave stood tall among all of them. So we managed to pull him aside, and he's already doing a phenomenal job.
Short story, we interviewed Dave, and during the interview, I'm like, Dave, you know a lot of players. If I called Jason up, what would he say about you? He goes, you should call him.
Yeah, right.
So I did.
Did you?
And Jason was like, if I could have got him to move to Louisiana, he'd be working for us.
Yeah.
So, you got to hire that guy.
Yeah.
So that's all I needed.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's perfect. Well, guys, I appreciate you coming by, and tell me where everybody can find you. Online, social media, any of that fun stuff.
We're Tandemkross on YouTube, Facebook. Tandemkross.com. Of course, you know that a lot of things that we would love to be able to say on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, we can't necessarily.
Yeah, of course.
So our website's always going to have
they
the
hate us.
core technical information and the money part.
Yeah.
That's where we are. We're super reachable. If you have any questions, anyone can contact us through our customer service channels, whether you be a end user or dealer, distributor, we're available.
Yep.
Well, you know where to find us, at LIPSEY'S Guns, and check these guys out. And until next time, aim higher.